of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Call the meeting to order. Anything to add to the agenda?
Motion to approve is printed.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Minutes of August 5th.
They were short and sweet, look for that, motion to approve.
Second. I didn't bump it though.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Claims.
I looked through and the number I had come up with on the back was 618-587.44. 618-587.44.
That's what I saw. I'll second that.
Any other discussion on them? All in favor of approving the claims?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. General public concerns. Nobody here? Ben, you're up.
Morning.
Morning.
Got a couple items for the agenda for today. The first three are to approve pay voucher number 6 for our 3 paving jobs. For the STP and the farm to market projects, this pays off all of the shouldering material. We did open the road to traffic on Friday. There's some minor grinding that still needs to take place, and the surveyors have to come back in and put in the section corners again. But beyond that, the project is open for traffic.
That's 154,258.10.
Yes, and the 96,000 covers the granular shoulders, the very top line item. Pays for that, as well as a little bit of asphalt that was carried over.
So does this take into, they've already done the smoothness and all that stuff?
No, so there'll be an extra work order for the smoothness incentive. So like I said, next week we'll probably have a lot of the extra work orders to sign. We ended up using some reinforcement baskets. I believe we used 10 on the farm to market job, 6 on the local job. There's gonna be a little bit of removal on the local job where we ended up having to dig all the way down to the bare rock at the bottom because it was too thin once we ground the asphalt out, like down on the Berry County line, the very south end. Back in Paul Clevis's day, it used to be customary for them to just pave right to the county line and stop. So they would always just mill out and butt into, well, you never got any thickness at that intersection. So as soon as we tried to bring 5 inches into it, we ran into rock. So we just cored it down and we went 8 inches full depth.
Can you lighten us again on the reinforcement basket?
So the reinforcement basket is what the DOT specifies. Basically, it's a basket made out of rebar, and then it has large dowels that are about 1.5 inches around, and they're maybe 18 inches long. And they usually set at about 4 inches high. I mean, they have different heights depending on how thick the concrete is that you're going. But the idea is to try and put those reinforcement baskets right in the center of your thickness. And then once we've finished paving it, then they come back in and they saw it right where those bars are at. So
The
that,
expansion and.
so that it cracks
shrinkage.
where you want it to. And
Gotcha.
it'll crack
Are those
where you,
typically at the
got
intersections at the end of the pavement type thing
for full depth.
with the reinforcement basket?
Yeah, So we did the reinforcement baskets at the intersection of C-26 and P-66. And then also down at the county line. And we did it at the north end of the local project as we were getting to Highway 3. All the truck traffic.
Yeah,
broke
so
the
that's,
asphalt.
that's the gist of why you have them there.
Yeah, now if you look at the DOT, when they redo the interstate, they put those baskets every 20 feet.
Mm. More traffic makes sense.
Yeah, plus they're paving, the whole thing is full depth for them.
Yeah, they just start over when they do their projects.
Except for when they're filling in that part going on 35 north, how stupid, I mean, it's already starting to wear off.
I haven't seen that. Highway 17 doesn't look that great if you're heading up to Renwick right now, so. And they just did that 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Yeah.
Ben,
Alright,
so these. What's left then? I mean, are we just?
So we'll have extra work orders for the baskets for full depth removal. We'll have a smoothness incentive. We'll have an extra work order for the difference, half of the difference in cost of sand for that local job. Because
That was way back when it was flooded,
I know, back when,
almost a year
back
ago.
when everything was flooded, we had to find a new source for our sand. So, we'll have an extra work order for that. And we'll have an extra work order where we switched granular shoulders over to asphalt. So. There's like, I don't know, 6, something like that.
So it's not quite done.
No.
The-
I mean, the work is done. Now it's just crossing T's, dotting I's, getting everything
Just what you mentioned.
caught up.
Can these be done as one motion?
Sure.
Well, I would make that motion that we're approving the vouchers number 6 for the 3 stated projects.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? That's from Highway 17 across to Hardy Blacktop PPSC 66, south of the county line.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The next item that I have on the agenda is to approve resolution 2024-0812. Resolution endorsing our grant application for TSIP funding. So I've got, excuse me, I've got 2 applications for TSIP. The first one is flashing stop sign beacons. As you guys remember, we did this last year and we got approved for 8 of the 15 or 16 that we applied for. So this is applying for the remainder of them. As well as, there's a new product out there where it's flashing chevron signs.
I've seen those.
So if we get approved, I'm waiting for a quote back for those. But we're looking at putting those down at the bottom of Albertine Hill where there's been a large number of fatalities.
Mhm.
So this is for the balance that we didn't get approved the last.
This is for the balance that we didn't get approved for last year at this time, as well as the lighted chevrons.
Perfect. Well, I certainly want to keep moving forward. Is there anything else on this one?
We purchased the 8 that we got approved for last year. Plan is those will get installed this week,
Perfect.
so
Good
Those
one.
are all spoken for.
those are all spoken. for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DOT specified which intersections we had to use them at.
This is like where there's accidents
So-
and things like that, they determine.
They look at accident history,
Yeah.
traffic count, multiple things to make their decision.
Right, okay, well, I'll make that a motion to approve resolution 2024. What is the dashes of it? They just have X here.
Yeah, so it's 0812.
0812, okay, resolution for flashing beacons.
I would certainly second that.
So for this one, I've got ayes and nays, so do we need roll call?
Yeah,
Okay.
Eric,
Aye.
Bruce,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
aye. All ayes.
The second resolution is also an application for TSIP funding. We are looking at trying to do some paved shoulders with the rumble strips in some of our curb sections throughout the county, which have had what I'd say a higher than normal accident rate. The three intersections that we're looking at is the bottom of Balverdeen Hill, the top of Avery's Hill, which is over by Bradgate, and the curbs south of Rutland. Those are the three locations that we're looking at. We're in the process of getting quotes from Blacktop Service for what they think it would cost per ton for asphalt. And then we'll have an estimate put together when we turn these in. These have to be turned in by Thursday. So,
So this is basically just a rumble on the outside, kind of alerting you if you get too close.
yeah. So the DOT's got it on all of their paved routes, but for us, a paved shoulder on the interior corner signals to the driver that they're cheating too close to the road ditch. Outside is maybe a chance to initiate recovery for the driver that's drifting too far out on the curb.
And this is a grant situation too, that they would
Yes.
pay a portion.
Yep.
I make a motion that we approve. Do you have a number on that resolution?
I have 2024-0812.2.
0812.2. So I make a motion to approve resolution number 2024-0812.2.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We need a roll call.
Aye.
Bruce,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
aye. All
The last item that I have on the agenda is to approve the official report of the county highway engineer. This is our annual report. This is due by September 15th to the Iowa DOT. I had submitted it the other week before I went on vacation, and I was notified. The DOT approved it on August 1st. But this is a detailed breakdown of where our revenues have come from, where our expenditures have all been dispersed to. Sheet 2 is kind of a overall summary. Shows what our beginning balance is, how many dollars receipts we showed, how much we have to account for, and then each department or line item that it was spent out of. You gotta make sure that you balance down to the penny for the DOT.
Sure.
It's
say
a
this
good thing the DOT approved it.
This isn't just the 15-minute.
No, this is about 2 weeks worth of work.
Oh, I'm glad you have to do that. I'll make that motion to accept the placement of the official report of the county highway engineer for FY 24.
I'll second.
Any other discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We've got a breakdown of all the equipment in there.
Yes, we have to show them, what equipment we used on construction projects throughout the year, what equipment was traded in, what was purchased new. Construction projects that we had, how much money we spent on maintenance and repairs of vehicles. How much money we spent on office paper. It breaks everything down.
Yep.
So.
So when you do like these box culverts, is that just like for the year?
So that's for the fiscal year. These are projects that were closed out in last fiscal year. So there'd be one like, Buffalo Olson's box culvert. The work was done in the previous year, but I think we still had retainage left over that carried us into this fiscal year before we got it completed. You've got the beginnings of some of the paving projects that we just signed vouchers on. The bridge down on Lone Tree, that was $750,000. Which on page 2, the reason that the revenues were showing close to $6 million in revenues is because $1 million was reimbursed construction between Buffalo Olson's and the Lone Tree Bridge. I think it was like $970,000 reimbursed for those construction projects. But yeah, we have to give them detailed summaries of where everything was spent on.
Well, good job, Ben. Glad you got it approved already from the DOT. That's big planning.
Can't imagine what some of the bigger counties like Des Moines, my God, it'd take them a month of Sundays, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They probably got somebody just working on that themselves.
Probably.
Yeah, every county is a little bit different as far as how they fill out the report. But
Need your signature on that one?
sure. Any other questions from me?
Anything else for Ben?
Have you looked through your pile of applicants and have you done any?
So we offered and had accepted 3 applicants.
Will that put us
I got
back
it.
in our
That puts us back to
full?
full staff. Friday, I got a call from one of them saying that his employer basically upped his wage and title, and so he's staying. So we're reopening the interview process. I gotta get with Tom. This is one for the boat shop. And we had some additional applications trickling through while we were conducting interviews. Basically go back and relook at what we have. So
The 2 of the 3 are
2 of the 3 have accepted. Today should be the first day for Josh Olson in the Hardy shop, and then I think a week from Wednesday, Don Polderbart will start in Bold. So
Well, you hate to lose somebody, but when,
when you
You
lose
know
them
it-
before,
yeah.
when you lose them before they even started.
yeah, but you know he's a good guy, then their employer offered more to keep him, then, I mean, you know that,
The first question I ask,
yeah.
would you accept the deal? if they
So
give
which-
you a job?
If you 2 or 3, which job are you missing?
Bold. Yep, so I'll get with Tom and go through the applications.
Okay, anything else for Ben? Thank you, Ben.
All right,
Thank you.
Thanks for all the hard work to get that approved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
County committee report.
Last week, had one meeting canceled, I guess. Then I moved down to Thursday. We did have the meeting, it was decategorization. And that was a short meeting, so that was moved to, and it wasn't actually Zoom, it was team meetings, but like Zoom. But we met via that on Thursday afternoon to get that meeting taken care of. And that was my
Yeah.
official meetings for last week, I guess I should regular.
I had none.
I had none.
Friday I had a board of health meeting. On the ninth, that's all I had. And if anybody's interested. I got what done with it. Here's a list of all the alcohol retail outlets in Humboldt County.
Bunch of them.
There is a bunch. I didn't
Yeah.
realize we had that many of them.
I didn't, they put that on our, when we had our alcohol coalition.
Yeah,
That's what that came, because we had to submit that. It was unbelievable.
yeah, I looked through that. There can't be that many of them. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else to come before the board?
Anything?
We have nothing.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.